Everybody, welcome to the Squeak. This is our live show from the Kalona Creamery most Fridays. I'm going to give it a few minutes for people to start joining us here. We've got a couple special guests today. Ryan Miller from Farmer's Hen House. He's off camera. We're real high tech here, so we swing this around and there he is.
Hello, everyone.
If you're just joining us for the first time, this is our live stream from the Kalona Creamery called the Squeak. We're talking cheese curds. We talk about local farms, gardening, whatever we want to. If you can join us as a guest from anywhere. I've actually put the link for the link so anybody can join us from anywhere. And we'd just love to, if you don't want to join us live on camera, we'd just love to hear your comments, your memories of Kalona, and of the old cheese factory that was here. There's probably be a couple hundred people watching on our live broadcast. Probably not.
Probably not. I guess
A couple thousand.
Yeah.
A couple thousand on the rebroadcast. We promote it afterwards. So the Kalona Creamery is down here off Route 1 in Kalona. But let's start by talking to Ryan Miller, are you the president?
Yes.
Would it be the president of Farmer's Hen House?
Yep.
Yeah. So just tell us a little bit how you got started in the egg business, right? It is the egg business.
Yes, it's the egg business. I got started after my father bought the business from the Amish guy who started it. Also the same person who had the idea to start the creamery. So that's kind of how I got into it. Wasn't planning on being in it that terribly long because I was in graduate school at the time, but here I am all these years later. This will be my 18th year.
Wow.
I think. About to the end of the 17th year. Yeah, sorry. About 17 years. So that's kind of how I got into it. Food business is very interesting, especially the organic food business. And here in Kalona, as you know, we have lots of organic farming going on. So it's great to be part of that. And between all of the eggs and milk products and then a lot of the produce, there's obviously a lot of that kind of stuff going on here. That whole supply chain is very interesting to me.
We just had a group of students from Mid-Prairie High School come through. They're in a business and entrepreneurship class. They were sophomores, one senior. Where did you grow up, and did you ever envision?
I grew up just a couple of miles from here on a dairy farm.
Back then, did you want to be a rock star or
No,
go to Hollywood or anything?
Not necessarily. I wasn't quite sure, but I was pretty sure I didn't want to be a hog farmer or a dairy farmer.
No hog farming, no dairy farming.
I did have a few chickens just for fun off to the side. But other than that, I didn't think I would necessarily be living around here or working in agriculture, but that's how it happened.
What brought you back?
My wife and I were school teachers, and we moved back here so I could finish graduate school at the university.
Okay.
And as I was finishing that, I was working during the day at the business, and then I also started to develop our sort of in-town local delivery route. So I started developing that during those years. Did that in the morning, a couple times a week. Then we were pretty small back then, but then as we grew, it just became a lot more stuff to do. And now we work with 60 some farmers in 4 states.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So most of it's still here in Iowa, some in northern Missouri, but work with 3 communities here in Iowa. So
tell us first a little bit about the reach of Farmer's Hen House.
So as far as we ship, as far as the customer will buy the eggs, but we generally, except for the Northeast, we generally touch everywhere in the U.S. in the lower 48. We ship a lot west. It's like Denver, Phoenix, Los Angeles, San Francisco. We ship as far east as Florida and Pennsylvania, but those markets aren't quite as developed for us yet. And of course, here in the Midwest, a lot of Minneapolis, Chicago, that kind of area.
How many people, one of the things, I'm with Farmer's Creamery and Kalona Supernatural and Kalona Creamery. I help with marketing a lot. And, I think we're very proud that we employ people in the community and help keep the farms going. How many people about? What's the size, roughly?
We're just a hair over 65, I think, right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And then you work with maybe how many farms?
Around 60.
Yeah.
And we have a few in the pipeline over the next couple of years of new ones. And then like this barn right across the road was a retrofit. So that's a new barn, but it was a replacement for a different one that he had in the back part of his property. But yeah.
What would the farmers be doing if they weren't selling to you? Are there other big companies? Are there organic? How does that work?
Yeah, there are other big companies, but organic companies. Not so much in this region as far as that buy production from this region, except for Organic Valley has some farms in the area. And then we work as a custom processor for Organic Valley. So we handle all the logistics for the farms in this area and bring them to our plant, process them how they want them done, and then we send them out for them. Other than that, we're the only ones who have suppliers here in the area. Iowa is the largest egg producing state by a long shot.
Really?
We have about 20% of the nation's egg supply here in Iowa, but we're the only company that does only specialty eggs here in Iowa.
Okay.
So,
and these are all organic.
Most of them are organic. We do have some that are free range. So the feed, the only thing that's different is the feed is different. They still live in open barns, go outside, all that kind of stuff. So
there's organic, free range. Is there any other kind of egg?
Now there's pasture raised.
Pasture raised. Okay, let's try to distinguish here.
So free range, the birds live in an open barn, go outside on 2 to 5 square feet per bird. Organic is the same way, but they eat only organic grain from day one.
Okay.
And then pasture raised, it can be non-organic or organic. The difference is they get 108 square feet per bird outside. A lot more room, that kind of stuff. So that's the main difference. And that's what makes them so much more expensive is you have to do them on a little bit smaller scale, and there's a lot more land use, more management from the farmer. So all those things, that's what increases the cost of the pasture raised over regular organic.
Gotcha. Yeah, and in organic dairy, of course, consumers want organic because of how they feel about the impact on their health and taste. And then a lot of it comes down to animal welfare and some even the farms that support. A lot of people write into us and say, we appreciate that you're supporting small family farms in rural communities.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. That's a big thing that we believe in as well. We don't have a bunch of company-owned buildings on a big plot of land. There are some people in our industry that do that. But we don't do that because we really believe in using the individual farmer to produce the products. Because and the nice thing is in this community, we do have some overlap. Like there are some farmers that produce milk that also produce eggs on the same farm. And then some of our common customers, because we work together at the distribution building. We ship a decent amount of our products on, as long as our customers line up on the same trucks. That kind of stuff. So it's a lot of good working back and forth that way.
I think it's the only way smaller companies like ours survive is by cooperating and helping each other. Compete against the multi-billion overseas owned corporations and companies scoop stuff up and buy shelf space and things. In case you're just joining us, you're watching the Squeak live from the Kalona Creamery. We're talking with Ryan Miller, who's president of Farmers Hen House here in Kalona. They produce eggs, organic, free range, and pasture raised eggs that go all over the United States and employ just under 100 people or so and help a lot of farms stay in business and really help our community. We like to spotlight local farms and local businesses here. So we're glad Ryan's joining us here today. Is there anything going on in the industry? What kind of innovations are happening in the egg business?
I think there's a ton of change as far as your basic shell egg as far as that goes. We're starting to see some further processed products like egg bites, ready to eat hard cooked eggs. Are becoming more popular. We're a lot more popular before COVID because people, use them a lot going to work, something, a quick snack, that kind of stuff. Other than that, nothing too.
You do one thing we're on the marketing side are a little jealous of.
What's that?
The little the QR code thing.
Yeah, traceability to the
Traceability
farm,
to the farm. Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, so we partnered with a small startup company. They're now in Colorado, but the two people who started it were actually from Cedar Rapids, and we use blockchain technology. So they built all the apparatus for this. What we do is we supply them from our grading machine, what eggs we were running at what time, and then we also supply them with the other side of the information of what products we were running. So they take that information, put it on blockchain, and then connect it to the QR code that you can scan on the carton, and then you put in, the packaging information, and it tells you what farm they came from. So yeah,
very cool. If you have questions for Ryan, of course you can chat them, and they should come into us here at the Kalona Creamery. You're watching The Squeak with our special guest Ryan Miller from Farmers Hen House. In a few minutes, Danielle Meyer, I haven't met her, but she's coming on talking about One Farm Iowa and locally sourcing food. It's a bit of a high-minded show today. Usually I just grab people walking by and crack jokes and spin the wheel. But we're glad to have you on today. Anything else you want to share with us about farmers? Bye, guys.
I think we covered a lot of the big stuff. Helping local agriculture, organic agriculture. And yeah, since it's Friday and you can see the fresh curds, I'm gonna make sure I get some of those for the weekend. The fresh curds are coming probably another 5 minutes or so, maybe. Yeah. Coming out any minute. You guys back there, did you get fresh cheese curds?
Sure did.
You did? Oh, good. So the curds are ready. Yeah. If you're watching, you can just come on down and get some. Yes. We'll be talking more about cheese curds, local farms, and some other things in a few minutes here. We had a big crowd a minute ago, and it kind of thinned out.
That's the cheese curds are.
Yeah, they got their curds.
Their curds.
Grab your curds and bail. So, let's see. We've got Olivia Nisley's commenting here. Local farms and businesses are the best. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you for watching. Yeah, so we like local. We like a lot of different products here. Are you a fan of Kalona Supernatural?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's a trick question. Yeah, we're similar. I think we have a lot of the similar values of helping local farmers, our commitment to organic products, right. Employing people in the community, keeping our little town going here. Right. Yeah. So, how many? I was going to ask, do you get? We are actually hiring. Open Gates, our parent company, and our little companies are hiring. Are you guys hiring right now? The summer's coming up, even younger people looking for production.
Yes, yeah.
How's that affect you guys?
Especially for production people in the summer. We always have more people gone and things like that. But so yeah. Yep. We just put something out this week for high school kids looking for work for the summer and that kind of stuff.
What kind of things do they get to do?
Take packaged eggs and put them in boxes, pretty much.
It's not too complicated.
Yeah. It's a breeze compared to your schoolwork, right?
Yeah, right. My daughter was thinking about work. She's a basketball player. She's like, I wish I didn't have school. I could just play basketball. Yeah. I'm like, well, I don't think that's going to happen very easily for the summer. Maybe if you work at camp or right. something else. Yeah. Do you have family? Do you have family around in the area?
Yes. Yeah. Like I said, I grew up just a few miles from here, and my wife grew up around this area as well. But so yes, we have family. A lot of family pretty close. Mm-hmm. So it's nice.
Good. Well, thank you for joining us.
Yep.
Farmers Hen House has a podcast called The Scramble. Yeah, I'm admiring your marketing. The Scramble.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
And they do a nice newsletter. If you want to check out Farmers Hen House and their operation and why their eggs are special and different, you can go on over there. Got a favorite recipe for us? Are you a big egg eater? I mean, if you work with them all day long, would you get like?
I think if I ate
too many eggs,
I'd have too many. I should eat some more, because they're pretty healthy for you. I do love putting cheese and eggs together. So I don't necessarily have a favorite recipe like these certain things, but I love to throw like eggs and all kinds of vegetables and cheese together. Either just eat it that way or
the scramble
in a tortilla. Yeah,
it's the scramble,
really
right?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for joining us.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have you back sometime and keep us
Yep.
posted on anything happening over at Farmers Hen House.
Yeah, we will. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to see you again,
Yep,
Ryan.
Thanks.
Yep. Come back and tell us how the cheese curds are.
Yes.
You're watching the Squeak live from the Kalona Creamery. This is our live show that we do most Fridays when we can. We have a little technical challenge today. My son stole my camera for gaming purposes. I'm almost positive it was him. I probably shouldn't accuse him on air, but so we're going off my camera from the computer today, meaning it's on a box and I slide it around. Most of you know us for the cheese curds, but we also have a lot of different kinds of products here. The two other favorites, though, are ice cream. We make a lot of ice cream here. We have about 15 kinds of fudge. If you've ever had that, please chat about it. I'd love to hear what you have to say about our fudge. And then we are committed to Midwest products made by Midwest people as much as possible. So we sell a lot of other fun things here in the store. Oh, there's some guests. Would you like to be a guest on my live show? The Squeak? Come sit.
We've never been here before.
Oh, if you're a guest, you even get to spin the wheel.
Oh.
And unlike many people who wait to give you prizes, I let you spin first. So you
Okay.
can see what you'll win for all your great commentary.
Okay.
A chocolate milk.
Ooh.
Have you had chocolate milk?
No, but she got chocolate milk.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it.
We get emails from all over the country saying how amazing the chocolate milk is.
Oh,
It's like a full shake, but in like chocolate milk form. It's very, very different.
Yum.
Yep. It's a combination of great cocoa powder, but also the grass-fed cows, non-homogenized milk. We pasteurize our milk at a low temperature, and it makes it pretty special. So, what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Annie and I'm from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. What brought you down here?
I go to school here.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What are you majoring in?
Social work.
First year, second year, third year?
I'm a senior.
Senior. And what possessed you to go into social work?
Oh,
I'm a sociology major and work with kids for a long time too. So.
I don't know. I just love being with people and helping people and yeah, working with kids. So.
How about you guys? You guys can come over too. Come on over. You are watching the Squeak live from the Kalona Creamery. We have a couple of special guests, 3 new special guests today. What's your name?
I'm Lily. I'm a nursing major.
Lily, nursing major, and
I'm Sarah, and I'm a business major.
how'd you guys find out about the Kalona Creamery?
We just drove by.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, we need to stop there. That place looks good.
Did you know there were cheese curds or ice cream or anything?
We had a feeling they were both. We wanted cheese curds and she wanted ice cream. So
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. Here's a little flyer. You can even have a magnet if you want.
all right. Take flyer.
And then you can get a free chocolate milk too. Just tell them
Awesome.
Crazy Sam said you spun the wheel and you got the prize.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. So we have 2 scheduled guests today. Ryan Miller from Farmers Hen House was on earlier. And our next special guest, I'm going to pop up on the screen, is joining us via computer. Uh-oh. Let's hope it works here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm sure somebody out in the internet universe will tell me if our audio is messed up here. And this is, let me just make sure I pronounce your name right. Danelle Meyer from One
Danelle,
Farm.
yep.
Danelle.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us. So
Thanks for having me.
somebody chatted me, which probably means a sound issue. Hold on just a second. Nate says, sounds good. Wow, look at that. It works. We're
Yay.
very high tech here. My camera was stolen by my 11-year-old for gaming purposes. So we're running off the computer here. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. But all looks good. So welcome.
Thank you.
We are in just outside of Kalona at the Creamery. I actually am the marketing manager for Kalona Supernatural, which has a special commitment, like many of us do, to local farms, local suppliers, local sources. And I know that you're interested in that kind of thing as well. So tell us about where you're from and what you all do.
Okay. We are outside of Logan, Iowa, which is in Harrison County. We're north of Council Bluffs, Omaha area. And we have had a chemical-free vegetable farm for 10 years. This is our 11th growing season. It's called One Farm. And last fall, kind of on a whim, we opened a pop-up market in town to sell our produce, and then we aggregated products from other producers. And it went so well that we signed a year lease, and now we've created more of a local food store, and we sell meat, dairy, eggs, and your cheese curds along with everything else. Yeah. And a lot of other things, cottage cheese and sour cream and other things too.
We like to hear that. What got you into chemical-free farming in the first place?
Oh, well, I grew up on a corn and soy farm. My family still farms around me. And I don't know, it's a long story, life journey kind of stuff, but I always gardened and I always cooked, and I saw food as medicine. And if I felt badly, I'd be like, oh man, I need some Swiss chard, or I need a good salad or something like that. And so because I saw food as medicine and kind of the fuel for my life, then I also started caring about what was on that food. And then I don't know, eventually I realized I had access to land and I could do something with it. And I concluded that growing chemical-free vegetables would be a good thing for me to do. So that's the short version.
Yeah. I imagine it's more complicated than that. So it's hard for small farms to survive, right? We're in a really complex economy, global economy. Big businesses can swoop in. How have you managed to survive over the years as a small operation?
Well, truth be told, I still have an off-farm job. And I think most farmers have off-farm jobs, but especially most small-scale producers have off-farm jobs. But I'm in a small county. Our population is only about 14,000. And so when I started the farm 10 years ago, there were a couple of vegetable growers. I think I was the first chemical-free. So I think it was a little bit of the novel and like growing kale and Swiss chard and those kinds of things. So the county has supported me very, very well. I sell at a farmer's market here, but then I also sell wholesale through farm table procurement and delivery out of Harlan. And that's actually how I get your products for our store.
Okay.
And so, and we just have been open to trying a lot of things over the years. I did a weekly box program for a while. And deliveries to Omaha. And so I think, I don't know, just adapting through the years has helped us survive.
Which of our products do you carry? And when you found them, what did you think?
Oh my gosh, everything just tastes so much better. The kefir is so like not any kefir I've had before. The cottage cheese, the onion dip there's something about that onion dip. It makes me behave in a very, I don't know, like I can't stop. And I'm trying to think of what else we sell in the store, but we have the cheese curds also.
Sure. The French onion dip for us was new this year. It's based on our sour cream, of course. And it's grass-fed from pasture-grazed cows on small family farms. And then, we don't homogenize the milk. Most of our products are lowest temp pasteurization, or as lowest temp pasteurization as we can get. We don't like to ultra pasteurize it. I'm bugging everybody because I've been going on about ultra pasteurization, sterilizing the goodness out of the food and milk.
And we try to explain that to our customers in the store too, because we get a lot of questions. Again, we're a small community, and so people are always asking us about gluten and pasteurization and all sorts of things in the store. So we're trying to get smarter about the products that we're selling too.
How big is your store right now?
You mean literally square footage wise?
Well, yeah, and then just sort of what's your reach? I'm trying to create a mental picture for myself.
Of who come to the store?
Yeah.
It's definitely serving our town. It's definitely serving our county. But people are driving in from Omaha, so that's 45 minutes to an hour away.
Wow.
So it's a pretty nice, wide geographic area. But I think first and foremost, it's offering a service to the community, and the community is responding really well to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we have a lot of visitors. So if people have family in town visiting, they tend to bring them to the store because it's kind of a unique thing to do in town, I guess. And we've had people visit from Colorado, and they're like, "Oh, we have this in Fort Collins. Like, we know Kalona Supernaturals, And I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool that they know the brand already coming from Colorado, and then they're seeing it in this little town in Iowa."
It's hard to track, but we think we're in about 3,000 stores roughly nationwide. It depends, and we're growing. And Sprouts just picked up our yogurt, which is actually made back here. I'm going to show a video of our yogurt production in a little bit. When I first started working here about a year ago, I thought, like, Kalona Supernatural, I've seen it in the local co-op, like, maybe just this little tiny thing, and we're still a small company relative to the big ones. But yeah, we've got a surprising reach. People from all over the country. People in Hawaii drink our buttermilk. Our buttermilk's loaded with probiotics and prebiotics and whatever else is really good for you, and they drink it straight. People cook with it.
Yeah, we sell your buttermilk too. That's really popular.
That's the other thing. Yeah.
Yep. And half and half. We use a lot of your half and half.
For coffee. Yeah, whipping cream is huge. People love that too.
Yes.
It's really it's fun. I've really enjoyed meeting people who are really into food, really into good food, who love to cook, who are passionate about their health. It's been an eye opener for me because I grew up on McDonald's and Burger King and the worst stuff possible, as you can tell from my physique.
Yeah, right.
I've been going downhill for many years. So what's going on? What's anything new in your business? Anything exciting, interesting going on? Plans for the future?
Well, I mean, this store really is a big thing that we really did do it on a whim. And now it's just been the fun this first quarter of getting all of the product lines situated, and we're finding out what sells and what doesn't. And honestly, like 98% of everything sells. Things people are responding to it really well. But literally, I just hopping up on this call, we've been out hoeing and harvesting all mornings. So we still are very much a vegetable farm. So right now we're just ramping up for the season, and we're still planting, and we started hoeing onions this morning. And our store is only open 2 days a week. So it's Saturdays and Tuesdays. So today we were just making sure we've got everything harvested and ready for the store tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, it's like full steam ahead, normal spring farming stuff here.
Yeah, farmers market.
Yeah, and throwing a store on top of it. Yeah, our first farmers market was yesterday. So we just had our first market, and then the store's open on Saturday. So
nice. We have some other people watching here. Here's somebody who knows you, Cindy Hall.
Yeah, she and I worked together at the Botanical Center in Omaha, Nebraska. I worked in marketing, and she was in education, but we were both Iowa farm girls. So it's cool that like our paths keep crossing.
She says, "I didn't know you were going to be on this. How fun to click and see someone I know."
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Courtney Colston, French onion dip is amazing. I use my veggies as a French onion shovel.
I know the feeling.
And we've got a new technical advisor. Tiff says, "I can hear you." Yay, thank you. We don't have producers or cameramen or anything.
Wow.
If you're just joining us, like some other folks, you're watching the Squeak live from the Kalona Creamery. We're talking cheese curds, local farming. We've had Ryan Miller, our guest from Farmers Hen House, was on a little bit ago. And now Danielle Meyer, who's from One Farm, Iowa. And
Logan, Iowa.
Logan, Iowa.
Yeah, the business name is One Farm. So Logan is our town, the town that we're in.
Okay. I should have a comment in there or something. I need to fire my interns. I don't have any interns.
Nope, don't do that.
And you were actually in marketing for a while, so you probably have a unique perspective on the challenges some small local farms and stores and operations face.
Yeah, I think it's important to tell your story and to build relationships, and I think that's the best way to connect to people. And that's what we're trying to do with the store too. Like, we want to tell the story behind all the products that we're selling, the people who make it, and build it. Yeah, it's cool to build connections. about food and around food, and for people to even connect within our store and talk about, oh yeah, I bought that onion dip last week and it's so good, and then somebody else buys it, and I like watching that happen.
It seems to be the way, the only way you can survive is by relationships, and I'm going to say viral marketing, but it's really person to person, people telling other people about how good it is, because you don't have a multi-million-dollar budget to launch a national ad campaign or buy shelf space in big retail stores or anything. We don't.
Yep.
So you just got to.
And tasting the difference. That's what I've always said about our vegetables. It's like, and at the end of the day, they better taste better as well,
Yeah.
And I feel like people can taste the difference, whether it's, your cheese curds or spinach that we've grown inside of our high tunnel or anything. I think people can really tell the difference between, mass production and what's local and more small scale.
We've kind of gotten spoiled that way. People used to eat what was in season. The strawberries were fresh, ripe, in season. You would move on to something else in the summer, fall. And now everything is available all the time, but it's not as good. It's not as good when it's not fresh and in season.
And I think we cherish it more when it's like, oh, it's asparagus season, or, oh, it's time to go hunt for morels, or, the seasonality, I think, builds excitement around food, and you can celebrate it more if you're only getting it for a few weeks a year, or hey, it's finally tomato season, or whatever is your favorite. Yep.
Yeah, I agree. We've gotten, my kids are a little spoiled that way too. They just get, whatever, whenever, and then pretty soon it's not. Yeah. It's not as special. Anything else you want to share with us about One Farm and what you're doing?
I don't know. We're just a small scale. Like, we have about 1.5 acres in production. We have a high tunnel. We grow pretty much every kind of vegetable, herbs. We do sell our produce through Farm Table. So it's in restaurants in Des Moines, and Omaha. So our produce does make it farther, east into the state. But yeah, we appreciate having your product and getting it through Farm Table, and offering it to our little town over here on the western side of the state.
What's your website address? We'll make sure and put it up in the comments, and I'll re-edit the caption for the show too when it airs, so people can find you.
It's one-farm.com. So ONE-farm.com. And then we're on Instagram and Facebook too.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. If you're watching and you have a small business or nonprofit or a farm or something else you'd like to share with us and talk about, we'd be happy to feature you on our show. This is Danelle Meyer from One Farm in Logan, Iowa.
Right.
And you can check her out at one-farm.com, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate having you on the show.
Thank you. It was fun.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. So you're stuck with me again. That was Danielle Meyer from One Farm, Iowa, One Farm, and then she's in Logan, Iowa. We have a lot of folks locally that produce food, and we love to feature them. We love to feature folks who are involved with local supply chains. When coronavirus hit, everybody knows how there were backups at meat packing plants. A lot of things weren't available. We believe in making things available from our local farms and from our local community. So if you're just joining us again, you're tuning into the Squeak, live from the Kalona Creamery, where we produce cheese curds. A lot of the cheese curd production is done for the day. So if you want the fresh cheese curds, you can come on down. We also have ice cream, fudge, lots of delicious things. We make a great French onion dip. Courtney chimed in about that earlier. She says, it's amazing. I use my veggies as a French onion shovel. And Olivia is watching. She says, local farms and businesses are the best. And we definitely agree. We also make, we're a organic dairy company and producer as well. I'm going to take a quick break and show a video of our yogurt production for Kalona Supernatural. Kalona Supernatural is an organic dairy company that makes organic dairy from grass-fed cows who are pasture grazed on small family farms. A lot of those farms are Amish and Mennonite farms, just right around here, right down the road. And then when we get the milk, which is delicious as it is, we do as little as possible to it in the making of our dairy and food. So it's pasteurized at the lowest possible temperature allowed by law. That's a method called batch or vat pasteurization. Very, very different from ultra high temp pasteurization, which a lot of companies are going to, which takes the milk up to 280 degrees Fahrenheit, basically sterilizes it, doesn't even need to be refrigerated on the shelves. People don't know that. If they didn't refrigerate it, people wouldn't buy it usually. And then our milk is non-homogenized. Lots of our products are non-homogenized, which means that the cream isn't smashed into millions of pieces and dispersed throughout the milk. It naturally separates to the top, so you get a cream top, which people like to scoop out of our milk and use for coffee and lots of other things. It's a very natural way of processing milk and making it available to people, and we hear from folks all over the country who love it. Our yogurt, which again is made right back here, is now available in Sprouts and a bunch of other stores. And I'm going to run the video and hope the audio works. Here we go. Oop, it's Nate. There we go.
Our Kalona Supernatural Organic Cream Top Yogurt starts with the same high-quality milk that all our products are made with. Fresh, organic milk from small family farms that grass-feed their cows. We add cultures to the milk along with the vanilla flavor base. The milk is vigorously stirred to ensure the cultures and flavor are thoroughly mixed throughout the milk. The cultured milk is then pumped into the cups, and the cups are sealed to ensure no outside bacteria can access the milk, so the yogurt is allowed to naturally culture and thicken. The magic really happens when the cupped milk and cultures go into our culturing room. Here, the cups sit for 60 degrees Fahrenheit while the probiotic cultures grow and make the milk into our delicious yogurt. The yogurt does not have a specific period of time that it cultures for. Instead, the yogurt pH is tested at a specific time intervals while it continues to culture until the milk reaches a pH level of 4.5. We take a lot of care to get this exact. The yogurt is then wheeled into the cooler to chill as rapidly as possible. This preserves the natural thickness that the yogurt develops without the use of any thickeners or stabilizers. Our yogurt has a natural sweetness due to the cows being grass-fed. Our plain yogurt has no added sugar, but yet does not have the tartness typically associated with many natural yogurts. After the yogurt is chilled, it is cased into packs of 6 and sent out to your local retailer.
So there's just a little bit about our organic yogurt that we make here, organic whole milk yogurt. It's pretty special, as you can see. Just so if you're are looking for our products, this is our packaging. You'll notice our logo on it, Kalona Supernatural. Here it is from the yogurt. There's the butter. Somebody mentioned our organic French onion dip earlier. You'll find that in all kinds of stores, and you can find it all over the country at kalonasupernatural.com on our store locator page. Hello.
Hello.
Did you enjoy the ice cream yet?
Yes.
Good. Good. Thanks for coming.
Yes.
We had lots of folks lined up earlier today. If you do come to our store, we have other fun kinds of products made locally. This is Yoder's. Their cashew crunch is terrific. We may have them on the show at some point. And then there's a lot of fun stuff for kids down here. People are doing a lot of unusual things with cotton candy. We have a pancakes and maple syrup cotton candy. We also have jalapeno. There's all kinds of crazy flavors. And then we're doing a lot of different things with popcorn. There's a cherry limeade. There's Mountain Dew. There's chocolate dip. There's all kinds of fun things down here for kids. And there's this rumor going around that a big cow is going to make an appearance at some point. The Millers have a great blueberry spread. Sometime we'll show you. We'll try to go live and walk around and show you the store. And of course, we've got lots of the Kalona Supernatural products that we were talking about earlier. If you need a mug, here's a mug. Oh, you know what? Turn the sound down again. Yep, there I got it. Sorry about that. They catch it every time. I turn the sound down for the videos and then I forget to turn it back up. I do this every week. I'm gonna have to fire myself. Sorry. Well, we were talking about all the great things that you can get down here. Unfortunately, I was showing them. So you'll be able to just see them and come and get them anyway. Yeah, so we've got lots of fun other kinds of gift items. If you want cheese curds and you are sitting in another part of the United States, we do ship cheese curds to 48 different states. You just go on our website, kalonacreamery.com, and we can ship them to you in usually 2 to 3 days. So they still taste great. They still squeak and everything. Lots of folks like to come down here on Tuesdays and Fridays, which is when we make the cheese curds. And then again, we make yogurt and some other things back here as well. Hello, folks. We're friendly. So if you want to be a special guest in our show, like Ryan Miller, who was from Farmer's Hen House here earlier, or Danielle Meyer, who is here from One Farm in Logan, Iowa, just reach out to us through Kalona Supernatural or via Messenger, and I'd love to have you on the show. We're coming up on about 45 minutes, which is a long time to talk to myself. So we're going to wrap things up, but thank you again for joining us on the Squeak, live from the Kalona Creamery. We won't be here next week because I'm going to be in Arizona for a girls basketball tournament, but we'll be back in 2 weeks, and by then we may have our cow.